What does Christmas mean to you? Does it mean food, family, friends, kind of like Thanksgiving? Does it mean getting stuff? Does it mean Santa Claus? Does it mean you get to give more? Does it mean you sing or happy birthday to Jesus? Christmas means many things to many people. And coming up next, that's what we're going to discuss. A very special guest is going to join me. So stay tuned for the Christmas episode of the Mike's Opinion Podcast.
You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to the Mike's Opinion Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And as mentioned in the intro, we're going to ask the question, what Christmas means to you? Thank you always for listening and joining in. I appreciate that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, and comment and do all of that stuff. Today, as I mentioned earlier also, there's a very special guest joining me, my lovely wife. You've heard her before. The lovely Nina Christina is sitting here with me. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Every time I say that, I think about Wendy Williams.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. We went to the Wendy Williams show one year. Thoughts and prayers to Wendy. I don't know what's going on with her, but it seems like something, right?
I have no idea. I haven't seen anything. But I know she has some kind of illness, so...
Yeah, she had passed out and all kind of stuff. But we ain't going there. Yeah. Today, I decided to do the Christmas episode a little early, give people time to absorb it. Plus, as you know, my listeners know, I took the last couple weeks off, and I may take a couple more weeks off. It's the holidays, super busy. It just is what it is, but I miss you, and I love you. So I asked my wife to join me today because she comes from a different... Is that right? That's a good assessment.
Yes.
A different...
We're different.
Lifestyle. For those of you who don't know, my lovely wife is half Asian. And, growing up with an Asian mama, y'all did things a little differently. But,
yeah, a little bit.
I wanted for both of us to give our takes on what Christmas means to us. So we can start presently and work backwards. So, we've been, we're married, we've been together for a long time. And so what would you say Christmas means to us right now? I know my answer. I want to see what does Christmas mean to you right now?
Presently to us, or to me, Christmas to me means figuring out what to get you, trying to figure out what our son would like the most, trying to figure out what we can get out to other people in time. Also thinking about food and where we're cooking and if we're cooking and those kinds of things, decorations going up, and so that's part of it. The other part of it is, we like to go see the Christmas lights every year. We look forward to that. Spending time when we're all off and we can all spend time together. And
we ain't got no job. But anyway.
Yeah, but we do holidays just like,
yeah,
as if we were punching a clock. And we enjoy that, our son and I, we enjoy when you take time off of work and
trying to build a business,
hang out with us.
Trying to build an
No,
empire.
I know exactly what you're doing. I know it.
You do. You be watching?
No, I do.
Oh,
but
I got a stalker. I love her though.
But yeah, quality time and doing, building our little traditions as our little family unit.
Unit. See, I told you she Asian. My unit.
We did certain things when I was growing up, and I enjoyed.
Don't go too far. We're going to
creating those things with our little family.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you think you know somebody. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why I was expecting roasting chestnuts by the fire or something more sentimental or something. I don't know, but it sounds like just, Christmas is just like work for you. You mentioned a lot of things that require, effort, but the joy of the season, I guess that's not really what I was going for. What does it mean to you?
What
holiday.
Does it mean?
That's what, I'll tell you. So for me, when you become a parent, and you have children, you see it through their eyes. And I'm a big kid. Now, we really haven't driven home the whole Santa Claus thing. Right. But he still believes in Santa Claus.
He does.
But it's not like he's like Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus. But for me, Christmas, growing up in New York, it was always snowy and cold. And it just, for me, Christmas means warmth. If I had to put it in a word, everybody seems kinder, warmer. The city wasn't dirty because it was covered in snow. All the snow would make the city look so pretty. So for me, I think I have positive feelings. Christmas means positivity to me. And of course, growing up, going to parochial school, Jesus was the reason for the season. Mm-hmm. And it was Jesus' birthday. And there was a lot of, the manger and the Immaculate Conception and, the whole Jesus story. And I'm not going to go deep into that, but we don't know if we subscribe to that as much anymore. We don't know if it's true or may not be true. There's so many other religions. Christianity isn't even the biggest religion out there. Islam is. So that's what it means to me. It means, togetherness and warmth and happiness. And I live in Texas now, so the snow ain't really popping, but it could happen.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
The last couple of years we got some snow, so we might. And that was something I looked forward to also when I was growing up. We didn't get it often, but when we did, it was just magical. And that was one of the things that I always looked forward to as a young girl. My parents would play Christmas songs, and one of my favorites was White Christmas. Because I always wanted it to snow. And I think it might have snowed maybe once or twice when I was growing up in West Texas. So, and maybe only one of those was around Christmas, but not on Christmas.
That's not considered West Texas, is it?
Yes, it is.
Southwest Texas, maybe.
No, it's not.
No.
We're not South.
West Texas is like Lubbock.
I'm so sorry, but I grew up there,
Amarillo.
so we are West Texas.
No, it's not West Texas.
No.
That's not in the West
It's
Texas.
not South. El Paso is South.
That's as far south as you can get and still be in Texas.
But where I grew up is not South. It's West.
Y'all down there. Anyway, I'm going to have to look that up.
You're funny.
See, I don't think that's considered West Texas.
It is.
Because I got a homegirl who grew up in West Texas, in between Amarillo and Lubbock. That's West Texas. Like where we live now, they call it North Central Texas.
Mm. We're West Texas. Okay. I think I would know that. But, yeah.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, moving right along. What's the best gift you ever got for Christmas?
The best Christmas gift was your proposal. I mean, it wasn't Christmas, but it was close.
She got game, y'all. You seen that? Whatever. She must be trying to get something tonight. Look at her talking about it was
Thanksgiving, but it was close.
So that don't count. Like,
yes, it does. To me.
What about like a toy or something like that? When you were younger.
About. When I was young.
That was the wackest answer. Your proposal. Wah.
No, it wasn't.
There was no gift in a box.
It was a gift to me. When I was little, I don't.
You don't have nothing
particularly
that stands out?
Remember a lot of my gifts.
Really?
I can remember in my 20s being happy to get a laptop for Christmas. But yeah, I don't remember, as a kid.
Blocked out of childhood, Joe.
Listen, Christmas in my house is different. So,
elaborate. What do you...
Christmas has always been a stress point in my house.
Why? Oh, I shouldn't... You should have said, let's do a different subject.
You have already prefaced. You've already prefaced that I come from a half Asian household. Asian women are notorious for being tiger moms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sticklers.
Christmas time has always been stressful because my mother is a perfectionist.
That's where you get it from.
So, yes. And then and we'll put a pin in that for now because I'll come back to that. But Christmas time meant bringing out all the decorations, and they needed to be contrasting colors and coordinating. And when we put decorations up, we were made to help. And if we didn't do correctly, it was not a good thing. So it was a lot of anxiety. It was a lot of stress.
My poor baby.
Every Christmas. Now, it looked beautiful when it was finished. And everybody was happy once it was finished, but it was a very stressful time getting the decorations up. So now, all these years later, I never meant for it to be that way, but it's come to fruition. I've come full circle. It's a stress point for me, and I get anxiety when the tree comes out because I know I need to put the decorations
haven't I not made it joyful? Because one of the traditions that I grew up with, so music was a huge part of my upbringing, and I've tried to do this almost every Christmas, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. If not every Christmas, the decorating we put on now, of course, everybody does playlists, but I put on the Christmas playlist.
Yeah.
And we decorate, maybe have some eggnog or a little sippy sip, some snacks, and make it a good thing. Have I been successful in at least trying to change that for you, or is that childhood anxiety still in you?
You definitely, babe, you have you've had a lot of work to do with me.
Well, that goes both ways. We're both human, so it's
and it's a work in progress. That's not something that I thought that would be an issue once I had my own family and became a mother. I didn't think that I would bring that, but it just kind of came, and I tried not to. Like this year, you brought the tree out, and I tried to, we put
it in a different spot this year, and
I tried to just breathe through it and say, okay, it's okay. And I told myself in my mind, I said, okay, this time I'm going to put some gloves on. I'm not going to let it.
Yeah, you said you was going to put gloves on.
I'm going to put gloves on. That. Okay, let's talk about the tree.
Yeah.
Okay, we got our tree secondhand several years ago, probably pre-baby.
Hold on, you about to drag our tree.
No, let me finish.
Oh, okay,
let me finish.
All right, my bad.
We got our tree secondhand pre-baby. So this is an old tree, and it's been so useful. It's a beautiful tree. It's huge. It would touch the ceiling if we, made it full-fledged. Mm-hmm. It has the lights that are all, strewn through the branches. It's a 9-foot fir, Douglas fir.
It's at least 10 feet. It's a 10-foot.
It's a beautiful tree.
It's a big tree.
We've had it for many, many years. And, these trees, these reusable trees through the years, they'll start to get less bendy. The needles will start falling off. So as we've put it up, we've taken it down. We've put it up, we've taken it down many, many years. And now when we pull it out, we have to unfurl the branches. So there are less and less needles on the branches, and my hands usually are red and raw and irritated by the time we're finished. And that does not help for my anxiety and my stress.
Okay. Okay.
So this year I said, okay, I'm not gonna let that bother me. I'm gonna put some gloves on and do it this time, because that little bit of comfort will help. That will help me to not be so tight.
Well, a couple of things with that. My wife has the prettiest hands on the planet, hands down. I remember we were shopping for rings one day, and it's like, oh my God, you have beautiful hands. She has beautiful hands, feet, whole body. She's just beautiful, period. But you definitely have very, the perfect, beautiful hands. And so that made me understand the glove thing, because a lot of times you do most of the forming and bending.
Yeah.
I pull it out, set it up, and then you do all of that. So I understand that now.
Yeah.
I will try to help you, and if there's anything I can do to help. But, just to keep it 100, my wife has been trying to get us to get a new tree for the last 4 years. It's like, we need to get a new tree. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with this tree. I put it away and I pull it out. Am I lying? Am I lying?
No.
You're trying to get a new tree. I'm like, this was a very expensive tree. It was a big tree. It's a beautiful tree.
It is a beautiful tree.
It's pre-lit. And,
pre-lit.
It's a bunch of plugs.
It's large.
You gotta get in.
Had we paid for it, we'd have paid a pretty penny for it.
Easy.
But we paid a very good discount for that tree.
Your man is about the deals now.
Yes.
So, and we got a bunch of inflatables, huge inflatables with it. So our yard is decorated. So, but they all dying slowly.
The tree and the inflatable.
So I make it work right now, because the budget.
Yes.
We got other stuff to spend money on in Christmas decorations. That's not necessarily a priority. So we got to use what we have.
Yes.
And we got to make it work. And so far, in the pictures, videos, it's enough.
Yes.
It does the job.
Griswold with it. I enjoy it.
I would love to get you whatever you want. A real tree. I saw the commercial where the lady flipped the tree like it's on a
and the one that just goes bloop.
Yeah, it looked like it set up itself. I want to give you the world, but right now we got what we got.
I know.
We got to work with it.
I'm with it.
But no, I'm with you. And, it's just so funny. And I'm trying not to curse in this episode. I don't think I have, but, and they mean well.
Yeah.
But how your parents just mess you up.
I think that's everybody.
I know this is digressing like I always do. But do you think, are we messing up the son? Like, what are we putting on him?
I don't think so. Well, okay. So if we look at it from his perspective.
Right.
What he wants to do is play his game. So when we turn on the Christmas music and he's just like, can't hear my game. Can you turn it down? He's in his world.
Yeah.
But he absolutely loves the tree.
Yes, and we're going to do the same decorating procedure. Yeah. We just pulled it out. We haven't done our decorating ritual.
Now he'll help, but after 2 or 3 balls, he's like, okay, I'm going to go play my game now.
Yeah. But
once it's up, he loves it. He likes to go plug it in.
Yeah.
Even if it's daytime, he'll go plug it in without anybody even saying anything. He likes to do that. So I enjoy that.
Yeah. He's had no...
He doesn't have the same, no, he doesn't, no.
And, which may be good or bad, because, we just decided to start letting him know what the real world is like. Yeah. And that's difficult for all of us involved. But, I don't want to stray too far. Did you ever write to Santa Claus?
I'm pretty sure. I think I wrote several letters. Mm. Now, what I said, I cannot tell you. I don't remember.
No.
But I remember writing several. I remember we had to write letters to Santa in school. So I probably wrote a letter to Santa almost every year.
Well, I asked because, of course, the subject matter of the show, but you're very good at expressing yourself in written form. Yes. So I just wanted to let
I have
Santa
no idea.
What?
I have no idea what those letters said now. I could not tell
Speaking
you.
of that, we should keep a copy of the one Michael sent. I just thought about we should have made a copy of one our sons.
It might be accessible. I have to look.
No, envelope is sealed, isn't it? Did we mail it already?
Well, there's a website, so
There's a couple of drafts, though, didn't you? Can you do a couple of drafts? Because I
don't know that he saved it.
Oh, okay.
I think there's still one. Yeah, there's one that he wrote that.
I never wrote Santa.
Why didn't you write Santa?
I don't know. I was just thinking about that.
So sad.
And if I did, I have no recollection of ever.
Well, you being in parochial school, they probably didn't push that much because it was Jesus, not Santa.
No, it was Santa. Santa was Saint Nicholas. No, Santa was involved. They found a way to weave that that story into it. But the whole Santa thing, I'm torn as I am on many things. On one hand, it's a beautiful sentiment. This magical man travels the planet.
Yes, beautiful story.
And gives gifts to all the good boys and girls. Mm-hmm. But I always felt some kind of way if we serve a forgiving, merciful God, why the bad kids couldn't get toys. But that's just me. I overthink stuff.
They got their lump of coal.
But that's just, it's a mechanism. Yet another one of the many control mechanisms. But I also think to myself, it's such a setup for heartbreak and disappointment. So when did you do you remember?
I remember.
I was going to say, a lot of people remember who told them what happened. So please share that.
So, okay. I think that many years I slept under the tree because I wanted to catch them. I remember this very well because when you sleep under the tree, it's so pretty. Uh-huh. And I did that several times. And one of the last years that I slept under the tree, I think I might have been his age, maybe 9 or 10, because there wasn't a lot of space left under the tree. And I remember just laying there and looking at the presents. And, I realized, I was like, these all have the same paper. And they say from Auntie Norma or from, one of my other aunts, and they all have the same handwriting. And I was like,
So you self-discovered.
Yeah. So I was like, there's nothing under here that said, there's nothing different. There's nothing that says.
They didn't sign on Santa?
No.
What?
Not that I remember.
Oh, okay.
If they did, it was written in the same handwriting.
Oh, okay.
And wrapped in the same paper.
You've been a private detective.
Yeah. So I was just like, And I wasn't sad or anything. I was just like, oh.
Okay.
Because I also at the same time, I also started to question because we would watch Christmas movies and I'm like, okay, is that him? Is this one him?
Right.
Is the one at the mall him?
Right.
So I started questioning myself. So I was just like,
Well, that's a heartwarming story only because it's not some horrible, mean kid.
No.
Ruined it for you. You came to your own logical conclusion, which I think is awesome. I think that, most kids start peeping game like the Santa at the mall. He kind of smelled like wild turkey.
Right. Yes.
Smelled like gin.
And there's a lot of them. There was one at this mall. There was one at the mall when we went to go visit Auntie such and such. Right. So when you get to that age, I think that's a good way to figure it out on your own.
Yeah. No, I think, coming to that realization on your own is great. I'm trying, I'm older than you, so I'm trying to think when I find out, cause Santa was my dude. I was like, yo, Santa Claus is coming. I remember being pumped. I do remember that. And by the way, one of my best gifts, I had an Apollo 5-speed bike. Oh. And I had wanted it really bad. And, and I remember coming out Christmas morning, it was black and it had the chopper handlebars. Oh. Yo, I'm gonna look it up once we finish just so I can show you. Yo, you couldn't tell me nothing, yo. And then this dude, New York niggas, New York. Yo, let me ride your bike.
Oh, deboed you.
And then was gone.
So sad.
And I think he came, I got it back 2 days later.
Oh, well, good.
No, that ain't good. I thought
you got it back,
gone.
though.
I was sad. I didn't want to go upstairs.
At least you got it back. My bike got stolen. I never got it back.
One of the older kids, let me ride your bike, man. Come on, man. Let me ride your bike.
Jerks.
And so they tried to ride out on me, though. You know what I'm saying? But now I got it back, but it took a day or two.
Well, good.
And it was still in the same condition, so it wasn't, beat up. But, for me, I'm almost certain it was some kid. I don't have the exact memory, but, I was like, yeah, I can't wait till Santa's coming. It's like, ain't no Santa Claus, dummy.
Oh, rude.
Somebody, that was my experience. Somebody
That's terrible.
I was like, yes, it is.
That's terrible.
So it was one of those kind of things.
Well,
for me,
our son mentioned the other day, he's like, I wonder what Santa's going to bring. I said, well, I don't know. He's like, I wonder. I said, well, do you remember what he brought you last year? He's like, yeah. It's like, what did he bring you? And he was listing off these things. I was like, no. It's like, Grandpa who gave you that? He's like, well, he brought me the shine. I was like, he did bring you the shine. He did. Because he remembers now and he's thinking about it. And he was like, what was labeled from Santa? He said that. And I was like,
yeah, because you put
he's
the
getting there.
From
He's
Santa.
getting that age.
Yeah.
And it's so that is a lot of pressure for me. Like, I don't think you understand.
What?
The reason why holidays and stuff, it's a lot of stress for mothers because we're the ones that are doing that and trying to make sure that they don't figure it out. And then like the tooth fairy and all that stuff, like it's a stress.
Babe,
it's a stress point for me.
I'm right here every
No, I know,
day.
I know.
I'm involved.
No, I know.
And
but like, if you haven't noticed,
mm-hmm.
the last 2 molars that came out,
mm-hmm.
I tucked away and quietly just...
You never did the tooth fairy thing. I noticed that.
Because
I did notice that.
It's kind of stressful to do at the moment.
Well, babe, I've done twice. I've done the sneaking under the pillow.
Yes, it's like you have to be a cat burglar.
Well, our son is a light sleeper.
Yes, it's very
So it's not like he be in there snoring and you make a noise. He's like, what?
Yes.
He sit up quick. He's super duper healthy and fully aware. It's not coming from nerves or anxiety. He just is conscious. Yeah. Super conscious.
And I just don't want to be like trying to go, and then he like, and I'm like, oh.
Babe, you got to learn to be smooth, yo. I came to check on you, check your pillow. Are you okay? Cause that's what I did. I was like, hey, I came to kiss you goodnight. And I just slid it under there. And some kids, I don't think he really knows, but the last 2 molars, I was like, what's she waiting on? Cause when the second one came.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, the tooth fairy. No. And he said, yeah, no, I got the other one too. She still hadn't come. And then you said you didn't put them under your pillow. Yeah,
you haven't put them under your pillow yet.
That's
and then he forgets about it. So, so I will bring them out later.
No, it's too late for those. And does he even have any more teeth to lose?
I think so. He still has a couple more.
Yeah. There's a way he's growing. It's just, ooh. But, well,
he's checking though. He's checking labels. So.
Yeah. But I want you to try just to get into the holiday spirit in a happy way. Mm-hmm. And it's so hard for some people to unlearn.
Yes.
I was going to say the negative aspects of their childhood, but it may not even be that it's negative. In your case, I think it was, but some of it was definitely negative, but just things that don't fit you. When you get in as an adult, and a lot of people fail to do this, you can recustomize anything from religion, eating habits, the clothes you wear, anything. You do not have to abide by the things that were taught to you by your parents or caregivers or whoever raised you. But so many people, they're so embedded. Yeah. Because it's been from day one, for normal people. There's people that have fostered and been, from different family to family, have to live, learn different customs. Excuse me. But, you can fit you. I want the holidays not to be a point, of stress.
It's not all stress. It's not all stress. Once the decorations are up, it's beautiful and we enjoy it. And then, when we go take that ride to see the lights, I definitely enjoy that. I enjoy everything that we do together.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
And I am approaching it differently this year. Being more mindful about it. So trying to break that and, wean that, not wean, but I'm trying to move forward from that.
Well, I mean, you definitely, I think, should have by now. But there's certain things, we try to help each other grow. And I think that's part of having a good spouse, good communication, help identify things that you may not have seen. Sometimes from somebody has a different perspective. They're looking at it from a different angle. They can see it differently and then share that with you. And we've helped each other grow. I was not planning on this being a Christmas therapy session, but, I just, it's funny, cause I guess, hindsight is 2020. When I look back, wasn't always as happy about it. I just never really heard you say that out loud. So when I said come do the Christmas pod, I expected this to be a happy, joyful pod, yo. No, we got to bring the energy back up.
Christmas time is a happy time for us. But you were asking about childhood stuff, and it's a little different. I won't say that it was miserable, but it definitely was stressful.
No, I know your mom. So anyway, yeah. I'm going to try to, I have a list of questions here. I'm removing all questions that have anything to do with the past. So, it's hard not to, but this is, I got a new question. And it's hard for me. I'm thinking of this question. It's what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, wow. That's a hard one.
I'll tell you mine while you think about yours.
Okay. What's yours?
Mine is Elf with Will Ferrell.
That's newish.
Well,
what about old ones?
It instantly rocketed to the top. Well, for the classic, claymation thing, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah. I never really liked The Grinch. I thought it was a horrible story.
That's newish too. That's newish too.
The Grinch story been around for a long time. What's yours?
Okay, well, every year this came on, and I didn't like when it would come on because, when I was little, I didn't like black and white. I was like, where is the color? So Miracle on 34th Street would come on.
I've still never seen it.
Every year. And I would be mad because it was on TV and there's nothing else on. But then once I got a little older and I watched it, and I was just like, oh, it was sad.
I've never seen that movie.
So there was that one, and I don't remember if this was a separate movie or if this was in that movie, but Kris Kringle maybe was in it. Was he in it? Kringle?
Not Crinkle
I
fries.
said Crinkle.
It's not Crinkle French fries.
Kringle.
Kringle.
And, and then, I think probably my favorite when I was young was A Christmas Story, which you have never seen, and that just makes me like, that's so sad.
Why do people want to watch that and make them cry?
No, it's sad that you haven't seen it. Oh. I watched that every year until I was
I guess I need to discover them. Miracle on 34th Street, Christmas Story.
We gotta watch
that. Seen Schindler's List. There's several movies that I've never seen.
That.
It's supposed to be a great movie. Sad.
We had to watch that in school.
But we're not going to talk about nothing Jewish because, light of rich stuff. And speaking of that, just rest in peace to Kirstie Alley. If you haven't heard, Kirstie Alley died from Cheers and from other stuff. But, sad. This is supposed to be a fun episode.
We are going to watch A Christmas Story as a family.
We are?
Yes. Okay. And then I want him to watch it, and I want to see if he likes it or not. Yes. Well, I probably need to tell you about it first.
For 5 minutes.
I need to tell you about it first, and then we'll decide if it's appropriate for him to watch.
Well, at this age.
Okay. And the Griswolds, Christmas, and Home Alone. Those were my ones that I liked too. Home Alone.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Yes, it was Christmas. They left him at Christmas time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Those were my favorites, I think.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Shout out. Let us know your favorite Christmas movie. Email me, mikesopinionshow@gmail.com. Let me know what your favorite Christmas movie is. Maybe I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of them I'm forgetting. But I know you said it's new. It's got to be 15, 20 years old. But Elf made me laugh. And I know a lot of people just are not fans of Will Ferrell, but that dude is funny to me. That and Anchorman have made me laugh so much. But Elf, when he's like, "Sit down," it's just, and Faison Love, his expressions in that movie, that's one of my most favorite Christmas movies. I think we'll watch that.
Yes. So we'll watch Elf and A Christmas Story.
What is that?
Maybe.
About? What's the Christmas story about?
It's about Christmas. So there's this little boy, and
is he crippled?
He's not crippled. Oh. They show him, interacting with his friends and stuff. There's, you got the bullies. He dares him to stick his tongue on a pole and it gets stuck. And there's a whole lot of antics in it.
Okay.
They burn the turkey on Christmas. They have to go eat at a Chinese restaurant. It's probably not very politically correct.
Well, hell, nothing is these days. Yeah, half the shit that was on TV couldn't get played these days.
I guess just every year that came on and we would watch it. So it's like,
as a family, y'all would watch that together?
I mean, that was probably me and my sister, more me.
Okay. You mean my sister and I. Anyway.
Yeah.
Do you have any ornaments that y'all have passed down from generation to generation?
Well, my mom has given us all of our Christmas stuff. And my favorite one that you don't like very much. the Filipino Christmas light.
Goodness.
That goes on. That's my favorite.
Y'all, I have to tell y'all. So, decorating the door, right? Everybody puts up a wreath, usually. This is not a wreath. It's
like a wreath.
It belongs in a Christmas disco rave. It don't even say Christmas to me. It's round. It's very large. And it's very thick. And the lights and the patterns. I remember the first time you showed it to me, I was like, what's that? And you very, very strongly said, this is my Christmas tree. What about it?
This is.
And I'm like, I'm not putting that on the door. You're like, yes, we are.
Yes.
And I'm like, so it's been on there, I think, 1 year, but,
it's beautiful and it's jolly.
It's not.
It is.
It says, give me some egg rolls, some lumpia.
Yes,
We're having a party, but not Christmas.
Filipino Christmas.
Well, I ain't never been to the Philippines for Christmas, so I don't know.
It's called something too. I want to say it's called a manu or I have to look it up.
Oh.
But Asians will know. They're like, hey, Christmas light.
Yeah. Like our Asian flag in the car.
Listen, when my mom put that light up, first of all, her sister sent it from the Philippines.
Okay.
Sent it to us.
Okay.
And when she put that light up, she put it on the front of our house. And I just stood there and stared at it because it was so pretty to me. And I love it. It's bright and happy.
Can we put it on the back door? Well, how about on the back of the front
we can
door?
hang it in the window. What about that?
All right. You have to see it, y'all. You have to see it.
It's very bright. It's festive.
It's very...
We can put some other lights around it.
Right. It don't need no other lights. It don't need no other lights. Oh, my God. Now, did y'all ever go anywhere? Like not spend Christmas at home?
I think at least 1 year we went to my aunt's for Christmas. And that might have been when she was in Las Vegas.
Oh.
Maybe.
Okay.
There might have been another one that we visited. I vaguely remember. I mean, when you're little, you don't really remember that stuff.
Well, I didn't go nowhere. It's either my mom's house or my grandma's house. That was it. I never went on a Christmas vacation to nobody else's house.
Oh.
So
I remember because I was wondering if Santa was going to be able to find us. So I know we did go at least once.
Okay.
Did y'all go to church on Christmas?
Yes. Sometimes we went
you had to get all
midnight
fancy.
Mass.
Yes, we did too.
Midnight mass. Yep. And I'm like, why we it's midnight. It's winter in New York at midnight. It's 5 inches of snow on the ground. Why do we have to go to
I kind of liked it though. Well, I guess if it was 5 inches of snow every year, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much.
I mean, I love being outside. I love being in the snow.
Yeah.
But it was just like, my battery is worn down by that. Most kids.
Well, we did a little different, so.
What? How?
I mean, because that was one of our traditions. We went every year to midnight mass. It was a huge deal. My mom would go buy us these fancy outfits every time. Mm-hmm. We weren't allowed to touch them until that night. And we had to, she had to do the hair and do everything. We had to look, to the nines. Every year. I
have to digress again. You just made me think of something I had never thought about. What? So you have super long, beautiful hair. Mm-hmm. Love my wife's natural, no weaves required hair. And it's the good hair too. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so our son has super long hair, mm-hmm. just like his mother, down to his butt. We never cut it. And it's a very, I'll just say, challenging endeavor for you to do his hair.
Yes.
Can you relate to your mom's having to do your sister? Have you ever thought about that? Your mom having to do you and your sister's hair?
Yes. Yes, I can relate.
I wish I could see your face. You just drifted off like, yes.
Well, yeah, because, the thing is, it was very different. So, but I know her frustration. Mm-hmm. I don't know, if she was I don't think she probably wasn't in the kind of pain that I'm in when I'm doing his hair.
You won't situate yourself correctly. I have told you how to do it.
That's part of it. Like, my mom was not very forgiving about that. We sat on the floor.
Exactly.
And you don't move, and if you move, you got to knock in the head with the brush.
Day, the parents was like, "This is my comfort.
Exactly.
Forget your comfort."
Right
now, you're trying to accommodate him.
Yes.
I've told you several times, sit his butt on the floor so you can sit down, but you won't do it.
Okay, but the thing is about that, if you talk to a lot of women, that's a trauma point for us. We got smacked in the head.
Yeah.
We got some head trauma just from getting our hair done. Mm-hmm. There was tears most of the time because of the pulling and the, pulling and the jerking and getting smacked in the head. So I don't want that. I don't want it to be that for him. I don't want it to be like that. I don't want that to be a stressor on our relationship. So I try to accommodate him.
Well, I've never seen you do that. You was a little rough today though when you was brushing it out.
It was very tangly.
Pre-wash.
It was tangly.
He was looking, I saw his face. I said, "Mom being a little rough." He said, "Yeah."
It was just tangly. I wasn't trying to.
Well, you're a perfectionist, but your mom probably never had to use a hot comb on your hair.
No, we did. Yeah, we had hot combs. We got burnt on the ears from hot comb.
For what?
My mom didn't know how to do my mother's Asian.
Her hair's already almost damn near straight.
Yeah, my mom's Asian, so she didn't know. She would ask people would give her advice. But the thing is, and not to get into this whole thing, but there's a whole world of, hair textures and stuff. You can't do the same thing for everybody's hair. My sister's hair is very different from my hair. Yeah. So everything she did for her hair, she did for my hair. So,
Well, she was just trying to appease your sister because you got the good stuff. Your sister got the nap.
What?
Yo, whatever. Sis, I'm just playing. Love your hair, sis. Just joking.
Natural. Embrace the natural. But yeah, I try not to do that with him. So I try to accommodate him. And we have a better understanding now. And I've told him, if you want to keep your hair long, keep it long, but I need your cooperation on hair washing day. It needs to be done, and he understands that. So,
well, how did it go today? Was raising the thing up? Did it help?
He's not used to it being like that, so of course he was being a wiggle worm and But when it was done, he was just like, "We're done." I was like,
well, you've gotten faster with it. I mean, it's a lot of hair, so
it's a lot.
Get it.
And just that chair, like that, helped me a lot because, like I say, if there's something that can make it easier for me, that helps so much. Like with the tree, I'll just put some gloves on. That will help so much.
Okay.
When my back starts hurting, when I have to wash all that hair, like, I don't think you understand.
No.
And then he's fussing, and then I still have to come down and do the rest of it. Like, it's a whole thing.
No, I understand. That's just why when you asked for my assistance,
I was very appreciative.
I came and took care of that.
Anything
to make
much.
You happier, make your life
because it is long. Like you don't understand. It's like 9 feet of hair.
No, I know it's very long.
It's long.
It passes booty.
Yes.
It's super long. He has a mane.
Yes, he does.
Hair, a little young lion.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I do appreciate you joining me on this Christmas episode. Anything else Christmassy that we are forgetting to talk about?
I wanted to elaborate on that because I was going to say that we used to do ours different. You know, we would have our midnight mass, dress to the nines, and go to church. And we would be like excited about it because then after church, we're going to our friend's house to eat. And there would always be this large spread
at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, because it's Christmas and we might as well stay up. So we would do that. We didn't always do that every year. Sometimes we'd go home and go to sleep, but it got to the point where as the years went by, we just stayed up. And then we would like open presents at like 4 o'clock in the morning and then go to bed. So it was like this whole thing. And, I actually enjoyed going to church because I liked to see everybody get all fancy and everybody's dresses are sparkly and pretty. And
okay, I can understand that.
Yeah, so that was something that we did. That
I mean, in New York, you just stay fly anyway, so people dressed up to go to work, to go to school. It was just a thing in New York. I guess because it's what
we ain't all fashion.
Anyway, I'm just saying we in the fashion.
We're in West Texas, so
New York
Midnight Mass was about Fashion Week. That was our Fashion Week.
New York and Paris, fashion capitals of the planet. So you had to stay fresh. So it wasn't nothing to stay fly. Plus me going to private school, I used to shop at Barney's. I used to be fly all the time. But, you know what I'm saying? But it's funny how different people's experiences and childhoods and things they go through, how they shape and mold you. Yeah. I don't know. Now, I'm just thinking to myself because we both grew up as churchgoers. Yeah. And we've only taken our son a few times. So I'm just wondering, just spitballing, should we maybe go to a midnight mass? But that just ruins, to me, there's nothing like going to sleep and then waking up early in the morning to Christmas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though our situation is different right now. But, I remember the midnight mass, but I never wanted to be one of those.
Only at Christmas time. Yeah.
Easter and Christmas.
What do they call them? Yeah, they call it, how they call it something, I can't remember.
Yeah, But
yeah.
I mean, if we're going to start going back to church, we need to go to the church, but then which one? Baptist, Catholic, most likely Catholic, right? So, I don't know. That's something for us to talk about, but,
I wouldn't mind going.
Did y'all have lumpia?
We always said that we were going to take him to all the churches.
Yeah.
We had lumpia. Lumpia is a holiday food. Lumpia at birthdays, holiday, Christmas, Thanksgiving. There's always lumpia and pancit.
Yeah, lumpia, pancit is delicious.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's back when your mom was hand rolling them joints.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And the cake. My mom used to always make this cake every holiday. And every time I mention it, you're like, yuck. But I'm going to make it one of these holidays.
Didn't you make it once already?
I think so.
Yo, look, your mother will always be like, here, try this, try this. I try and I'm honest with her. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. Yeah. But y'all have, a different, it's
different
it's
flavors.
Asian palate.
Yes.
It's different stuff that I'm not accustomed to. Yeah. And some of that stuff, like the kimchi, you can keep all of that.
It's delicious. The only bad thing about it is you gotta eat it with rice.
Kimchi.
So good.
Yeah, you can have that.
Oh, man.
My Western American palate.
It's delicious.
Western civilization palate. But some stuff I love. I mean, like that, I love that lumpia. The lumpia is joined the pancit.
I might make some lumpia this year.
Yeah?
I might make some. I haven't tried my hand at it yet. I've made egg rolls, but I haven't made lumpia yet.
I mean, but your sister had taken it over for a minute.
She did, but she sticks with the rolls now. She makes egg rolls. Okay. So I guess since she does that, I think I'll try to make lumpias.
Well, the lumpia is so thin.
They are. So it takes some practice.
No stringy cabbage. Chop up.
No, you don't put vegetables. You put very little. Oh, it's only like carrots.
It's mostly meat, right?
And, yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
That's the difference. That's the difference between the lumpia and the egg roll.
Even though we gotta go vegan now, but we're going to start off slow.
Well, we can make it with...
No, put some meat in there. No. We ain't 100% vegan. You know, we trying to work our way back. But right now, at least to the end of the year, no. I mean, if you're going to try that, the Asian store, here we come. Yo, when you got a half Asian wife, yo, you go to the Asian store regularly. Yeah. And I like going to the Asian store.
We need to go.
We definitely need to go. It's been a couple weeks.
I want some mung bean drink.
Some what?
Mung bean
What
drink.
is a mung bean?
It's a bean. It's like almost like a lentil.
Yo, some of that stuff tastes good, but does not sound like a mung bean. It don't sound like too close to dung.
Mung bean is very versatile too, because there's a dish that that my mom makes, balatong, and it tastes, it's so good. It's like rice and beans. So it's like the Filipino version of rice and beans.
Okay.
Mung beans. And then you can make something sweet with them too. They're very diverse.
Kari kari.
Kari kari.
Yeah.
Oh, yum. That's a Christmas dish.
We're both hungry right now.
That's good. I'm going to make some.
Well, I think I've covered all the questions that I want to ask. Like I said, all the childhood questions. I'm scratching all of those, but I just, as you see, want to say, even though we're a couple weeks out, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Mwah.
To you, and thank you for joining me on the pod.
My pleasure.
You know, you bless us with your presence.
It's fun.
Every once in a while, and I appreciate that. And the next one we'll do, what was the one you said you thought I was asking you to do?
Family dynamics.
Family dynamics. Because do we really want? Because it sounds like, ooh, we're going to have to plan that one out.
No, really let's talk about it.
Talk about it because family dynamics is going to be an interesting episode. So that will probably be the next one with my lovely wife, Nina Christina. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you are doing okay out there. If you're not, I hope you got a pathway to okay. Cherish these times, y'all. Cherish these holidays. Yes. Cherish your people, your family, your loved ones, anyone that you care about.
Tomorrow's not promised.
No, it is not. But we're going to take this time to think positive, be positive, and be happy. And like I said, I really want to know what y'all's best favorite Christmas movies are. So hit me up, mikesopinionshow@gmail.com. Let me know. You can reach me anytime. Also, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comment, follow. Do all that. Your support is greatly needed and greatly appreciated. So I thank you so much. I'm Mike, and this is the Mike's Opinion Podcast.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.